Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the tunes with the most misunderstood lyrical messages.
My fear is fading fast.
Number 20, Physical, Olivia Newton-John. You know how those Kids Bop albums often make even the raunchiest tunes fun for the whole family?
I'm saying all the things that I know you'll like. Make a good conversation.
Physical by Olivia Newton-John is somewhat similar, in that the tune used to be associated just as often with fitness as it was with, well, you know, what it's actually about.
I've been patient, I've been good. Tried to keep my hands on the table.
It's not as if Physical doesn't utilize every double entendre in the book, while also possessing a fairly obvious music video. Still, that didn't stop some outlets from selling Olivia Newton-John's song as some sort of ode to feeling great and looking great. The singer herself even revealed to Woman's Day how she didn't even make the connection back in the day. Number 19, Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds. It's one of the most poignantly beautiful songs from the 1980s, but Don't You Forget About Me isn't about a romantic breakup.
Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone.
Heck, Simple Minds didn't even want to record this song for the Breakfast Club soundtrack and actively distanced themselves from it after the studio sessions were finished.
Tell me your troubles and doubts.
Simple Minds vocalist Jim Kerr told The Guardian about how they, quote, couldn't give a toss about teenage American school kids, and also how the song's power chords were conceived to parody, quote, typical American AOR rock.
Don't you forget about me.
Yet to this day, Don't You Forget About Me strikes a melancholic chord within most listeners, despite its lyrical origins originating from schoolyard subdivisions rather than romantic love. Number 18, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. You just have to respect a song that continues to receive reappraisal and discussion 40 years after its initial release.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World has been called everything from a Cold War anthem by The Economist to National Review's claim that the song was a conservative one.
Help me to decide.
Band members Kurt Smith and Roland Orzabal have gone on record stating how Everybody Wants to Rule the World comments about corruption, desire, and control.
I can't stand this indecision.
Meanwhile, some fans still feel the tune is discussing world domination on a literal level. Ultimately, this is yet another reason why the song and Tears for Fears are so freaking good. Number 17, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, Eurythmics. A lot of things probably come to mind when most music fans hear Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Eurythmics.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree?
The iconic Marilyn Manson cover version is probably up there, but the lyrical content isn't likely far behind. There isn't really anything particularly sweet about this song's subject matter, which warns against idealism in a world where those dreams can easily be dashed.
Travel the world and the seven seas.
Sweet Dreams Are Made of This knows that people will be people, and chasing those dreams can only take you so far should human nature get in the way.
Everybody's looking for something.
Number 16, Don't Stop Believin', Journey. It's a tale as old as time.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
A young person from the country moves to the big city with big dreams and aspirations. Then reality comes crashing down, and that initial optimism is replaced by cynicism about how the world works and why we dream about anything in the first place.
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey actually does include some of this sentiment within its lyrics, although the tune's melodicism tends to overshadow this fact.
Strangers waiting, up and down the boulevard.
Don't Stop Believin' isn't a hopeless song, but its story of small-town boys and girls doesn't omit the struggles and heartbreak that can occur along the way.
Don't stop believing.
Number 15. Billie Jean, Michael Jackson. We can't fault the average pop radio fan for hearing a song with a person's name in the title and automatically connecting a few thematic lines.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene.
That said, Billie Jean is most definitely not a love song or an ode to the titular character.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts.
Instead, this Michael Jackson classic comments about how sex can often come easy to famous people and about how there will always be those out there seeking to capitalize upon this fact. The Billie Jean in Jackson's song has brought a child into the world and is seeking paternity support from the singer.
Billie Jean's not my love.
Jackson's protagonist, in the meantime, maintains that the kid is not my son. It's about lies and deception, not romance. Number 14. Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper. It's wild how much Girls Just Wanna Have Fun has changed over the years. The original tune by Robert Hazard was initially written without much in mind other than sex. Fast forward to Cyndi Lauper's cover of the tune, and you have an entirely different kettle of fish. The lyrics to Lauper's version have largely been seen as a forward-thinking commentary about feminism and the unfair patriarchal constraints upon women. This is a modern interpretation, however, with some back in '83 associating it more with Lauper's connection with the WWF's rock and wrestling connection. In other words, it was seen more as a lightweight pop song performed by an unusual singer rather than the anthem it is today. Number 13. Dancing with Myself, Billy Idol with Generation X. The medium of music video can often influence how we analyze a song and its lyrical content. Texas Chainsaw Massacre director Tobe Hooper's clip for Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself feels ripped out of a post-apocalyptic hellscape from the Mad Max universe. This feels more in line with the tune's actual lyrical intent from Idol, who told Rolling Stone Dancing with Myself was about disenfranchised 80s youth.
If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance and not be dancing with myself.
Conversely, many music fans at the time and today instead see the song in a more prurient light, taking the Dancing with Myself line to be something more akin to a solo sexual act. Number 12. Luca, Suzanne Vega.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Sometimes a song's beauty can work against it. The production and arrangement of Luca by Suzanne Vega practically sparkle with life, making it a highly melodic piece that sounds like $1 million.
I think it's 'cause I'm clumsy.
This perhaps has influenced why the darkness within the song's actual lyrics falls by the wayside. Luca is actually about the harrowing and violent family life endured by the title protagonist.
If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight.
Listeners are required to focus intently upon Vega's powerful lyrics in order to wean this information out, which can admittedly be tough to do when the musicality is this engaging. That said, doing so blends the beauty of Luca with a sour flavor that's challenging to swallow, but ultimately necessary.
Just don't argue anymore.
Number 11. Total Eclipse of the Heart, Turn Around, Bonnie Tyler.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
To quote Maxwell Smart, Bonnie Tyler fans
Missed it by that much.
or at least they missed the mark when it came to analyzing lyrics from Tyler's smash hit Total Eclipse of the Heart. Because the tune is a love song, just not in a traditional sense.
Every now and then I get a little bit restless and I dream of something wild.
Total Eclipse of the Heart was actually intended by its songwriter Jim Steinman to be used in a musical about Nosferatu. This is why lyrics like Forever's Gonna Start Tonight and Your Love Is Like a Shadow feel tailor-made for a gothic undead romance.
And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever.
Yet most of us completely ignore these little details. Well, at least prior to today. Now we can't unhear them, and you won't be able to either. You're welcome.
Nothing I can say, a total eclipse
Number 10, Don't You Want Me, The Human League. We all like catchy songs, right? Driving around and singing along without a care in the world.
You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you.
Don't You Want Me by The Human League definitely feels like one of those songs where the chorus is just so big and memorable that the lyrics admittedly kind of fall by the wayside.
Don't you want me? You know I can't believe it when I hear that you won't see me.
This is a shame because closer analysis reveals that this otherwise simple song about a character wanting another to reciprocate his desires for romantic reconciliation is actually much more sinister.
You think you've changed your mind? You better change it back or we will both be sorry.
The verses act as not-so-thinly veiled threats from the protagonist against a woman who is now successful and out of his control. This makes Don't You Want Me feel more like a gaslighter or stalker anthem than anything remotely sympathetic.
Don't you want me now?
Number 9, Turning Japanese, The Vapors. Get your collective minds out of the gutter, people.
I got your picture of me and you.
And also out of the cultural appropriation while we're at it. Although that is admittedly a pretty tall order when it comes to Turning Japanese by The Vapors. The accompanying video utilizes every Asian stereotype in the book, while lyrical analysis of Turning Japanese has historically been a very lazy,
I want the doctor to take a picture so I can look at you from inside as well.
it's about self-gratification and that's it sort of deal. Instead, The Vapors' David Fenton has admitted in outlets such as The Guardian and Songwriting Magazine that the chorus really doesn't mean anything.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Other than being catchy. Instead, Turning Japanese is a breakup song about pining and obsessing over pictures or memories about an ex during those earliest days of pain.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Number 8, The One I Love, R.E.M. The song is called The One I Love. How can this one not be a love song, right?
This one goes out to the one I love.
And in 1987, Michael Stipe told Rolling Stone that, quote, it's probably better that they just think it's a love song at this point. However, while the song is relatively light on lyrics, most of them are anything but loving.
This one goes out to the one I've left behind.
In reference to the titular One I Love, Stipe refers to, quote, a simple prop to occupy my time. As he said in a different interview at the time, quote, it's very clear that it's about using people over and over again. So basically, you might want to think twice before you add this to your Spotify romantic playlist. Number 7, There She Goes, The Laws. With lyrics referencing the she in the song's title as racing through my brain, pulsing through my vein, and no one else could heal my pain, it's no surprise that many have interpreted the song to be about struggles with substance use. And given the reputation of the prime mover of the Laws, Lee Mavers, all the pieces seem to fit together perfectly. And that assumption was incredibly widespread when the song became a hit.
There she goes again.
But here's the thing. Mavers and other members of the band have consistently denied that the song has anything to do with that, nor does Mavers' personal history at the time of its recording. So we'll take him at his word. Number 6, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen.
Praise the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you?
Hallelujah is overflowing with religious reference from King David to Samson. Despite the divine nature of the song, the oft-repeated Hallelujah is not intended to express worship, but rather deep pain from a man who has experienced love turned sour.
Every single breath that we drew was hallelujah.
Each Hallelujah is spoken a little more tongue-in-cheek, with tragic love stories such as David's romantic encounter with Bathsheba interwoven throughout. There's a reason this song remains so relevant today, as it embodies the sensation of great sorrow so profoundly, despite lyrics suggesting adoration and exaltation upon first impression. Number 5, Summer of '69, Bryan Adams. We We all know that guy in high school who couldn't go without making a low-hanging sexual joke anytime someone mentioned the number 69. It turns out that Bryan Adams' nostalgic rock classic was never reminiscent of that final summer of the 60s, as Adams would have only been 10 at the time.
Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever.
Bryan has gone on to admit that the musical experiences are merely filler and that the intended meaning is to detail a summer full of lots and lots of sex.
A lot of people think it's about a year, but actually it's more about making love in the summertime.
It turns out this time around, immature high school guy was right, and the most obvious of innuendos slipped right under our noses. Number 4, In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. Allegedly, Phil Collins wrote this song after witnessing someone drown while another man refused to help. While this would certainly add layers to Collins' character, it begs several questions. Namely, if Collins saw this all happen, why couldn't he just jump in and save his friend? It turns out he was actually expressing his emotions during a devastating divorce.
How could I ever guess the first time, the last time we ever met?
He intended to vent his sporadic anger towards the situation without really giving the song an exact direction. It's now considered one of the greatest songs of all time, and likely one of the few examples of divorce leading to a financial gain. Number 3, Like a Virgin, Madonna. If the guys in Reservoir Dogs are any indication as to public perception of this song, it's safe to say most people think it's about, well, sex.
She's feeling something she ain't felt since forever.
But Madonna cleared this up in the most remarkable fashion, sending director Quentin Tarantino an autograph exclaiming that the song is, quote, about love. Written by songwriter Billy Steinberg, it compares the feeling of emotional destruction after a relationship with the shiny new feeling of falling in love again. At this point, we're at a loss whether our minds are in the gutter or we're painfully naive. Either way, the double meaning of this song has surely helped it become one of her biggest hits ever. Number 2, Every Breath You Take, The Police.
Every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
With seemingly loving lyrics and a catchy guitar hook, this song sounds like it belongs at a wedding reception or a school dance.
Can't you see you belong to me?
However, the song is actually about a stalker, and the lyrics make no mistakes about this.
Every move you make.
They actually say the words, "Every bone you break, I'll be watching you." And that's not even the creepy bit. It's best not to analyze this one too much.
Every smile you fake, every claim you speak, I'll be watching you.
The focal image of the music video is a window washer, while the girl in question never once even makes an appearance. What may have started as a pleasant toe tapper kinda makes you want to take a shower when you realize what it's all about. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen.
Born down in a dead man's town, the first kicker took us when I hit the ground.
This essential 4th of July power ballad likely conjures up images of fireworks, American flags, and freedom. It's truly an iconic song of patriotism.
Born in the USA.
Until you realize that Bruce Springsteen basically spends the entire song criticizing America with respect to how working-class veterans of the Vietnam War were treated.
10 years burning down the road, nowhere to run, ain't got nowhere to go.
Starting out, the song recounts the story of a man born dirt poor and constantly in trouble. He then goes off to war, and things just get worse from there.
I'm a long gone daddy, I'm a USA now. Born in a USA.
All the while, the ever-popular chorus is repeated again and again. It's hard to believe that this song is played right next to the likes of God Bless the USA, when its message could not be any more different. Which era of music do you feel had the most amount of misunderstood songs? Let us know in the comments.
Hey, I just said I like to listen to it, man.
No. There's a difference between hearing and listening.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.